Grading the New York Jets draft, starting with their first selection in round one, which was David Bailey, the edge rusher out of Texas Tech, and they drafted him with the second overall pick. I actually thought this was the right decision by the New York Jets. Now, the biggest question was, why didn't they take Arvell Reese? I think it's because David Bailey is a little bit safer, and he also provides pretty similar upside to Arvell Reese. Now, obviously, he's not as positionally versatile, but I think when it comes to being a pure edge rusher, he was the best player to take on this board. With their next first-round pick, they drafted Kenyon Sadiq, the tight end out of Oregon, and I love this pick as well for the Jets. I've seen a lot of people criticizing it, surprisingly. I'm not really sure why. They needed to add dynamic playmakers to this offense. Yes, you don't have a long-term solution to the quarterback position, but that's something that's going to be solved in next year's draft in all likelihood. You need to give that future quarterback weapons, and Kenyon Sadiq is certainly that. With their third first-round pick, they drafted Omar Cooper Jr., the wide receiver out of Indiana, and I like this pick as well for the Jets. You get him at pick 30. I thought he was a top 25 guy, so that's good value there in my opinion. In round two, they drafted D'Angelo Pons, the corner from Indiana, another pick that I really thought was a good one for the Jets. Yes, he's a little bit smaller for a corner and will probably be limited to being a slot, but I think he has potential to be one of the best slot corners in the NFL. They had two picks in the fourth round, and with their first one, they selected Darrell Jackson Jr., the defensive tackle out of Florida State, and I thought this was another good pick for the New York Jets. They really did have a good draft. I think he'll be a good piece to put next to T'Vondre Sweat in that interior defensive line. And with their second fourth-round pick, they drafted Cade Klubnik, the quarterback out of Clemson. And I have to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Cade Klubnik. With their sixth and seventh round picks, they drafted Inez Cooper, the offensive guard from Miami, as well as VJ Payne, the safety out of Kansas State. And I had late fifth round grades on both of those guys. So getting them in their sixth and seventh rounds was certainly good value for the Jets, which takes me to my grade. I'm giving the New York Jets an A+ for this draft. Absolute home run picks with guys like David Bailey, Kenyon Sadiq. Getting a guy like Darrell Jackson in the middle rounds was another good pick. D'Angelo Pons in round two, one of my favorite second rounders from this class. But let me know what you guys think, and what grade would you give the Jets?